Hey, what is going on there, YouTube family? Irvin Burton here with the Self-Defense Company Santa Clarita. And today I'm going to talk about the flow. So no matter what martial art you train or system you train, there's always the concept of the flow. So what is the flow? It's the techniques that you put in combination that puts you at a level that will allow you to move. So for example, in boxing, right, the flow is usually here. Maybe you're coming in here, you're throwing the jabs, crosses, the hooks, you're slipping, you're coming underneath, you're doing the bob and weave, you're hitting the body, right? You're doing a lot of different things in terms of body movement, right? Maybe in Muay Thai, you got the hands a little higher, you're throwing that, you're coming in with the elbow, you're coming in whatever you're doing. Well, the same is true for combatives. There's a flow. Flow's a little different, of course, so I'm going to show it to you today. So in combatives, when you compare it to, let's say, boxing, for example, in boxing, you're kind of like hit, move out, hit, hook, move out, and you're just like kind of testing the waters a lot of times. Of course, there are times where you come in and you start to overwhelm your opponent if you're a brawler type or a swarming type. You can take a look at the boxing triangle if you want to learn more about that. But when it comes to combatives, things are a little bit different. In combatives, the idea is that you're going through your opponent every single time. So let's just say I'm here and I'm at the furthest distance, right, which is what I call the jab distance, right? So I use the finger jab just to show you the difference between combatives and boxing, right? I use the same thing. I use the finger jab, right? Now, when I use that finger jab, I come in, and I attack, and then I maybe hit the strike with the palm. I throw a knee, which you can't see, and then I come in and I throw an elbow. So as you can see with that, I'm not just hitting and then hitting and then hitting and moving, right? I only have one direction I'm going, which is in. So I'm going in, okay? Very, very much just stepping and going through. And because I'm stepping and going through, I'm keeping him on his heels, which is important in self-defense because you want the person to constantly be on their heels. You don't want to give them a chance to pull out a weapon or call their friends. You want them to basically not know what is happening before it happens. So when you go in, you're coming in, you're throwing that knee, you're putting, and you're just walking through. So with that, you want to think in terms of this. If I'm boxing, I'm usually on one side. This is why you have Orthodox and Southpaw, right? So for those of you who don't know, in boxing, Orthodox is when your left side is forward, which is, as we know, most people are right-handed in the world. So if you're right-handed, you're going to typically, there are exceptions, but typically you're going to stand with your left side forward, and your left side is your weaker side, and you're using that, and you're using that side constantly, and you're moving to the left, moving to the right, moving forward, moving backwards, all dependent on that. And then, of course, there's Southpaw, which is where your right side, so for those of you who are left-handed, again, this is typically a left-handed person, but there are right-handed people who fight this way too. Bruce Lee was one of them, case in point. But you're standing with the right side forward, and you're, okay? Obviously, I'm not as good on my right side, but the truth is that's what you're doing, right? But in combatives, you're essentially using the side that works for you. In my case, the left side works really well, although I do train both sides. But I use one side that works really well. And then what happens is that I don't stay on that one side when I'm attacking. When I'm attacking, I go in and I attack, and then I can switch to the other side, especially when I'm stepping in and I'm throwing that elbow to his face, right? Because I'm going to step Here, maybe I'm just going to throw this to distract him, right? Because if I go for the eyes, most people are going to, do this anyway. They're going to flinch. So I get him to flinch from the eyes. Then I step, bam, and I hit him. Okay? So, again, flinch. Maybe I throw a chop, bam. Okay? And again, I'm stepping into him and I'm basically going through them. Okay? That's the flow of combatives. When you're flowing in combatives, you're going in. And that also means not just stepping forward with the one leg that's in front, but also switching the legs that are in front. So going from, in my case, I got my left leg forward, switching to the right leg forward to do that tech. And like I said, I'm using maybe the palm strike first. I'm going 1, 2, bam. Okay? And stepping in and getting him right where I want him, right? I'm just going boom and just hitting across. I can hit him again anywhere up from here to here, and that's what I'm doing. So again, that's the flow. You want to think in combatives that you're just going in and doing the flow. And one of these days, I'm going to get one of my students. I'm going to hold mitts for him and show you a deeper concept of how to utilize that flow, because it works a lot better with the mitts and the pads than it does with Bob, because Bob obviously has a base, and you might be stepping on the base and Bob's not moving. So typically, even though I can use this, I still have to go back here and do like that. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.